Hello dear students, hope you all following about that Gauss law. So in previous session we discussed the concept related to electric field strength in case of a uniformly charged infinite straight wire as well as infinite plane sheet. So in case of that infinite straight wire, so E is equal to lambda divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into R. Otherwise we are going to write this equation as a 2 times of lambda 4 pi epsilon naught into R here. So in case of that plane sheet, so E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. So this equation is about that one dimensional view and this equation is about the two dimensional view. So now let me consider one sphere here. In case of that sphere, what is the value of electric field strength in case of a uniformly charged sphere? So that sphere I will take it as a hollow sphere or I will take it as a solid sphere here. So this is important for that theory examination as well as for that NEET examinations even. So in case of that sphere, so let me consider. So in case of that sphere, I will take the two types of sphere here. So one is a hollow sphere here. One is hollow sphere, another one is a solid sphere here. So in case of that hollow sphere, so again I will consider that conducting sphere and another one is a non-conducting sphere here. Conducting sphere and non-conducting sphere. In case of that solid also same, that conducting sphere and non-conducting sphere. So first I would like to consider one sphere here. In case of that sphere, charges are distributed uniformly. Now in case of that sphere, I will consider hollow sphere. In case of that hollow sphere, one is conducting sphere, another one is non-conducting sphere. Similarly, in case of that solid sphere also, I will consider one is conducting sphere, another one is non-conducting sphere. What is that conducting sphere here? Non-conducting sphere also we can call it as the insulators or dielectrics here. So conducting sphere means, for example, in case of a hollow sphere means inside empty is there, so there is no coverage or inside is empty. So for that hollow sphere, so whatever the charges is there, so these charges are distributed only on the surface of the conductor. For example, treat this is one conducting sheet. If I am going to be pour certain kind of charges on this sheet, so where that charges will resides here? Charges resides only on the surface of the conductor. So charges won't enter inside the conductor. Charges resides only on the surface of the conductor in case of a conducting material I said. But in case of that non-conductor, charges are present inside the conductors also. For example, anyhow this sphere is hollow means inside there is no space, means for that hollow sphere, conducting and non-conducting sphere will give the same value. So look at here, in case of that hollow sphere, for conducting sphere and for non-conducting sphere will have the same value. Why? Because so hollow sphere means inside there is no material, so for that emptiness, so conducting and non-conducting will get the same value. In case of that solid sphere, so I will consider that for that solid sphere, non-conducting sphere is also having the same value. Why? Because in case of that solid sphere, I said that for conducting spheres, charges resides only on the surface of the conductors. So for the conductors, charges resides only on the surface of the conductor. For example, if this is one conducting material I will treat. So for example, if I pour certain kind of charges to this conducting sheet, charges will not enter into the material. Charges resides only on the surface here. So did you get my point here? In case of that conducting, so charges will present only on the surface here. Charges won't enter inside here. So for that solid sphere, conducting sphere is also having the same value. For the solid sphere, for non-conducting sphere having the different value, and this is NEET application. Remaining things, so these are all theoretical part, and this derivation they may ask for 5 marks in our theory examination. So first we'll derive the expression for electric field strength. So electric field strength due to hollow sphere, hollow conducting sphere here. So derive an expression for electric field due to conducting sphere. So conducting sphere also we can call it as a shell here, conducting sphere, or also I will name it as a shell here, conducting sphere or shell here. So let me consider one conducting sphere here. So for example, so I will choose one conducting sphere here. For example, this is one conducting sphere here, and O be the center and R be the radius of the conducting sphere. So charges are distributed uniformly over the conducting sphere here. So I said that, so for that conductor, charges resides only on the surface here. So charges resides only on the surface of the conductor. So for that non-conducting hollow sphere, so inside empty is there. So inside empty means, so possibility is only charges resides only on the outer surface. So for that, for conducting and non-conducting hollow sphere have the same value here. So first I will consider that, consider a sphere, consider a sphere of radius. So of radius R, let Q be the charge, or I will take it as a small q here. Let Q be the charge resides on the surface here. Now I will choose 3 points on this sphere here. For example, 1 point I will choose outside the sphere, 1 point I will choose on the sphere, another point I will choose inside the sphere. So I want to calculate the value of electric field strength in case of a spherical body. So that point of observation, 1 point I choose outside the sphere, 1 point I choose on the surface of the sphere, and 1 point I will take it as a inside the sphere. In these 3 points, what will be the value of electric field strength I need to determine. So first I will take that, in that first case, so most of the time in theory examination for 5 marks, so they are asking the question here. So derive an expression for electric field strength in case of a spherical shell when the point of observation is outside the sphere. When point P lies outside the sphere, here. So I will choose one point here. So for example, this is point P. So that point P is outside the sphere here. So for example, I will draw an imaginary sphere here. So this is point P. So that point P is outside the sphere here. So now outside the sphere means, so that is point of observation here. So this point of observation, for example, wherever you may take that point here. So this point of observation is at a distance of small r here. So is at a distance of small r from the center here. So small r value is greater than that radius here. So in this situation, so first I will apply that Gauss law here. According to Gauss law, so what is that equation for Gauss law here? Surface integration of E into d of s. So E into d of s cos theta, it is equal to what? Q by epsilon naught here. So I will choose one Gaussian surface here. So this is one small portion here. So this is one Gaussian surface here. For this surface I will draw one normal line. So normal line is nothing but a perpendicular line here. So what is the direction of electric field lines? I choose here positive charge. For the positive charge, electric field lines are outward direction here. Then what is the angle between normal line and electric field line? Both are in the same direction, so theta value is 0. So if theta is equal to 0, then E into d of s is equal to q by epsilon naught here. So E into surface integration of d of s, so that is nothing but a s here, so it is equal to q by epsilon naught here. Now s is nothing but a surface area here. What is the value of surface area of the sphere here, where S is equal to surface area of the sphere, so that value is 4 pi r square here. Wherever S is there, I will fill it as a 4 pi r square here. So from that surface charge density, so sigma is equal to what? Sigma is equal to q by S here. So what is that sigma here? Sigma is equal to q by S here. So if sigma is equal to q by S means, once again I will substitute only this value here. So then equation 1 here, so take that, then equation 1 becomes, here. So what will be that equation 1 value here? E into, so 4 pi r square here, so surface area of the sphere 4 pi r square, it is equal to what? It is equal to q by epsilon naught. Now I will rearrange this equation as, so I want to calculate electric field strength value, so I will take it into a left side here. So shall I rearrange this equation as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square here. So what is the value of electric field strength in case of a spherical body? Okay, so when the point of observation is on the surface of the sphere here, so when the point of observation is present on the surface of the sphere, so let me write that a Gaussian surface. So this is a Gaussian surface. Wherever you may choose that point, you may get the same value here. So for this surface, this is normal line, this is the direction of electric field lines, again from the Gauss law. So from Gauss law here, so from Gauss law, surface integration of E into d of s, so theta value is 0, so directly I will write that, so q by epsilon naught here. So E into surface integration of d of s is nothing but what? Surface integration of d of s is nothing but a 4 pi r square here. So surface integration of d of s is nothing but a s, so that s value is, so I will rewrite here, into d of s, it is equal to q by epsilon naught here. So E into s here, so it is equal to q by epsilon naught. I will name this as a equation 1. So from surface charge density, so shall I write this equation from surface charge density? So sigma is equal to what? Sigma is equal to q by s here. Shall I rearrange here? So q is equal to, shall I write it as a sigma into s here? So wherever q is there, so shall I fill it as a sigma into s here? Then so put equation 2 value, in equation 1 here. So what will you get it here? So E into s here, so E into s here, don't get confused here. So E into s is equal to what? E into s is equal to, wherever q is there, so that is sigma into s divided by epsilon naught. S value will get cancelled out here. E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught here. So what is the value of electric field strength when the point of observation is present on the surface of the sphere here? So from the Gauss law, surface integration of E into d of s is equal to q by epsilon naught. D of s is nothing but a s here, so it is equal to q by epsilon naught. Here I will consider that surface charge density here. So from that surface charge density I got that q value. So q is equal to, so sigma into s here. So surface s value will get cancelled out here. E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught here, where sigma represents what here? So sigma represents that surface charge density. So where sigma represents that surface charge density. So hope you understand here. Suppose when the point of observation is present inside the sphere here. So where that point of observation I took here. So point of observation is present inside the sphere here. So let me consider one point here. So that point is P. So where the electric field strength is to be determined here. So in that point P, what will be the value of electric field strength? So this point P is at a distance of r from the center of the sphere here. Then what will be the value of electric field strength when the point of observation is present inside the sphere? So let me begins with the same concept. For conducting sphere I said where the charges will accumulate here. So in case of a hollow sphere, so inside there is no space, means that is empty space. So charges resides only on the surface of the sphere I said. Inside the surface there is any possibility of charges? So there is no possibility of presence of the charges inside the sphere. So charge is 0 at the inside the sphere here. So if inside the sphere charge is 0, so look at here, this is hollow sphere or conducting sphere I consider here. So for that hollow sphere or for conducting sphere, so inside there is no charge. So if Q is equal to 0 means what's the value of that electric field here? So we know the equation for electric field strength due to a point charge outside the sphere. What's its value? E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q, sorry, E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. If Q is equal to 0 means E value is also 0, or from that Gauss law I will move. So E into D of S, it is equal to Q by epsilon naught, where surface into where Q is equal to 0. So if charge is 0 means what about the electric field strength value? So electric field strength value will be 0 here. So did you get my point? What is the value of electric field strength when the point of observation is present inside the sphere here, inside the hollow sphere or inside the conducting sphere? So charge value is 0 here. If charge value is 0, so it implies that. So what it means here? If charge value is 0 means Q is equal to 0. From that Gauss law, if Q is equal to 0 means what's the value of electric field strength here? Electric field strength inside the sphere is 0 here. So this is about a hollow sphere. So instead of that hollow sphere, so if you consider that a conducting sphere or if you consider that solid sphere here, then what about the equation for electric field strength outside the sphere, on the sphere and inside the sphere? So for example, in this hollow sphere, so what is the nature of graph for variation of electric field strength versus distance here? So this is hollow sphere. So this is hollow sphere and this will be a center here. Now along x-axis distance, so this will be a radius and this is distance outside the sphere. Along y-axis I will consider electric field strength. What's the value of electric field strength inside the sphere? So inside the sphere E value is 0. So from the center of the sphere to the surface, so E value is 0. So from the center of the sphere to surface of the sphere, there is no electric field here. So E value is 0 up to the surface here. So y coordinate value is 0 here. Then if I move from that from the surface to the outside here, so from the surface to the outside means what is the value of electric field strength? So in case of that sphere, outside the sphere here, Q by R square, it means that E is inversely proportional to R square here. So then what will be the nature of graph here? So this is the nature of graph. So if you take that point of observation, that point of observation is away from that spherical body, so its electric field strength value will goes on decreases. So what is the nature of graph for electric field strength versus a distance in case of a conducting sphere here? So in case of that conducting sphere, from that center of the sphere to surface of the sphere, field value is 0. If E is equal to 0 means electric field value starts from that surface here, where the electric field value is maximum. Then electric field value is maximum on the surface of the conducting sphere. Its value is goes on decreases as the point of observation is away from the sphere here. So E is inversely proportional to R square. So hope you understand this one. So next we will move for solid sphere here. So in case of that solid sphere, I will consider non-conducting solid sphere. For the solid sphere, conducting solid sphere will have that same value. So what's the value I got in case of a hollow sphere? If the point of observation is outside here, so for outside the point, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. What's the value of electric field on the surface here? On the surface of the sphere, E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. What's the value of electric field strength inside that sphere here? So its value is 0 here. So now let me consider that solid sphere. So in case of that solid sphere, I will choose non-conducting solid sphere here. So electric, there is expression for electric field strength in case of non-conducting sphere here. So I will choose that non-conducting sphere here. So let me write that electric field, there is an expression for electric field due to non-conducting spherical shell. Here, non-conducting spherical shell here. So let me consider one solid sphere here. So in case of that solid sphere, so charges are distributed. So in case of that non-conducting means charges are present inside the sphere also. So charges are distributed inside the sphere. So these charges are distributed uniformly. For my simplification, I took that charges are distributed in a uniform manner. So this is the center of the sphere. Let R be the center, sorry, R be the radius of the sphere. Now again I will choose one point of observation. So that point of observation is outside the sphere, so where that electric field is to be determined. So I will draw an imaginary sphere here. So wherever you may choose this point, so it's my convenience. So for example, this is point of observation, and this point of observation is at a distance r from the center of the sphere here. So now I will draw on that Gaussian surface here. So let me apply Gauss law for this region here. So when the point of observation is outside the sphere, so in that first case I took that when point of observation is outside the sphere. So look at here, when the point of observation is outside the sphere means r value is greater than the radius of the sphere. So now I will consider same that Gauss law here. So from Gauss law, we'll consider that Gauss law. So from that Gauss law, E into d of s, it is equal to q by epsilon naught here. So d of s means so surface integration. So d of s, integration of d of s is nothing but a s here. So where s value is, what is the surface area of the sphere here? So that is 4 pi r square. What is the surface area of the sphere? So surface area of this imaginary sphere, so that is 4 pi r square here. So it is equal to q by epsilon naught. So now in case of that non-conducting sphere, so whether I shall consider that a surface charge density or volume charge density here. So in case of that hollow sphere, charges are resides only on the surface of the body, I said. So that is what I deals with the surface charge density. But the situation is not same here. So inside that sphere also charges are present means, so this I will consider as a volume charge density. So remember one point here, in case of a non-conducting sphere, charges are present inside the sphere, so that is what I will consider that a volume charge density. So where q is nothing but a volume, sorry, I will consider that volume charge density. So let rho be the volume charge density here. So rho I will consider as a volume charge density. So rho is equal to volume charge density. So it is the ratio of charge per unit volume here. So or otherwise Q is equal to, shall I write it as a rho into V here? What is that volume of the sphere here? So VQ is equal to rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube here. What is the volume of the sphere here? Volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube here. So let me substitute that Q value in equation 1 here. So put equation 2 value. So hope you are understanding here. So put equation 2 value in equation 1. So then equation 1 becomes E into 4 pi r square. So it is equal to, so wherever Q is there, just I will take it as a rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by epsilon naught. 4 pi will get cancelled out. So here 4 pi will get cancelled out here. So then what about this equation here? So this equation becomes as E is equal to what? So E is equal to, so here r cube is there, rho is there, rho into r cube divided by 3 epsilon naught into r square. What's the value I get it here? So I get that value E is equal to rho into r cube divided by 3 epsilon naught r square. What is the value of electric field strength in case of a non-conducting sphere? When the point of observation is outside the sphere, E is equal to rho into r cube divided by 3 epsilon naught r square. Or otherwise I will consider another equation for that non-conducting sheet when the point of observation is outside the sphere here. So when the point of observation is outside the sphere, I will consider that same value here. So E is equal to what? So E is equal to 4 pi. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square here. So otherwise, so this is the equation for electric field when the point of observation is outside the sphere. Or otherwise I will write another equation. So simply I will consider this equation. So surface integration of E into d of s is equal to Q by epsilon naught E into S means what? 4 pi r square. So it is equal to Q by epsilon naught. So this equation is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square here. So this is also the same equation. So what's the equation you get in case of the hollow sphere when the point of observation is outside the sphere? So E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. The same equation you will get in case of that non-conducting sphere also, but in terms of density it has a different formula, or generally in order to calculate that electric field strength for non-conducting sphere is also having the same formula. E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. This is the formula in terms of charge, or in terms of charge density. So in terms of volume charge density, this is the required formula. So E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square, and one more formula, E is equal to rho into r cube divided by 3 epsilon naught into r square. This equation I need to use. So if in that question, if they given that volume charge density value, or if they given only a charge value, means this is the formula I need to use it here. So next one is very much important. So if that point of observation is present inside the inside that non-conducting solid cylinder, solid sphere, if the point of observation is present inside the solid sphere, so then what will be the equation here? So next I will choose that point of observation. So that point of observation is present inside the sphere. So if the point of observation is present inside the sphere, then what about its value? So just look at here. So when the point of observation is present inside the sphere here, so this is the radius. I will choose one point P here. So this point P is at a distance of r from the center of the sphere. So this is the point here. So when the point is present, when point of observation is present inside the sphere. So second case I will consider here, when point of observation is inside the sphere. So when the point of observation is present inside the sphere means, so r value is less than that of radius of the sphere. So if the point of observation is present inside that sphere means, what's the value of electric field strength I need to determine. So again from Gauss law, so from Gauss law here, from Gauss law, so E into surface integration of d of s, so that is equal to q by epsilon naught here. So let me write E into d of s wherever you may choose. For example, this is Gaussian surface here. For this one, this is perpendicular line, this is the direction of electric field lines I will consider here. So that is 4 pi r square here, it is equal to q by epsilon naught. So it is equal to q by epsilon naught here. So now I will consider that q is equal to, shall I consider as rho into v here. So rho means what? Volume charge density here. So v means volume of the sphere. What is the volume of the Gaussian surface, Gaussian sphere here? So q is equal to rho into 4 by 3 pi into r cube. What is the value here? Value of the volume of the Gaussian sphere here. So 4 by 3 pi r cube here. So then what's the value? We'll get it here. So I will substitute that q value in equation 1. So let me substitute, put equation 2 value in equation 1. So if you would substitute that value, E into 4 pi r square, it is equal to rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by epsilon naught here. So here 4 pi value get cancel out, and here r square and r cube, one r value is remains here. So then E is equal to what? So E is equal to rho into r divided by 3 epsilon naught. So this is the required equation for electric field strength in case of a non-conducting solid sphere when the point of observation is inside the sphere here. So E is equal to rho into r divided by 3 epsilon naught here, where rho indicates what? Volume charge density, volume charge density here. So r indicates what here? So r indicates that point distance, so that distance is from the center of the sphere. So r means distance from center of sphere here. So from this equation I got that E is directly proportional to r here. So when that E is directly proportional to r here, so electric field strength value is directly proportional to distance. So if the distance means that distance is inside the sphere, it means that if I go from that center of the sphere to the surface, electric field strength value goes on increases in case of non-conducting sphere. So did you get my point here? In case of non-conducting sphere, so E is directly proportional to R when the point of observation is present inside the sphere. So if the point of observation is present inside the sphere means, so electric field strength value goes on increases as I move from that center of that sphere to surface here. So then what about the value of electric field strength what about the value of electric field strength at the center here? So electric field at the center. So in that third case, so simply I will consider, what's the equation I said? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square here. So at the center means r value is what? So r value is 0. So electric field value is also 0 here. What's the value of electric field strength at the center of the sphere here? At the center of the sphere, electric field strength value is 0 here. So r in another equation. So what's the equation I took here? Rho into r cube divided by 3 epsilon naught r square. So from this equation also we come to know that electric field strength value at the center of the sphere is 0. So at the center of the sphere electric field value is 0 means, so then what is the variation of electric field strength in case of a non-conducting sphere? So let me draw the graph for it. Variation of electric field strength. So we'll consider that variation of electric field strength. Variation of electric field strength versus distance here. Variation of electric field strength versus distance. So let me consider one non-conducting solid sphere here. So this is non-conducting solid sphere. At the center of the sphere, so what's the electric field strength value I said? So at the center of the sphere electric field strength value is 0. So this is radius and this is point of observation outside the sphere. So along y-axis I will consider electric field strength value. So as I move from that center of the sphere to the surface value, so then what about the electric field strength value? So E is equal to, so just now I got that equation, so E is equal to rho into r divided by 3 epsilon naught. It means that electric field strength is directly proportional to distance as I move from that center of the sphere to the surface here. Center of the sphere to the surface up to this point, E is directly proportional to r. So from the surface to the outside point, then what's the value here? E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. So E is inversely proportional to r square here. So E is directly proportional to r when the point of observation is inside the sphere. It means that from that center of the sphere to the surface here, so from the center of the sphere to the surface, E value is goes on increases. Again electric field is maximum at the surface here, so from the surface to outside here, so again inversely proportional field value will be goes on decreases here. So again field value is goes on decreases, or you may consider that graph here. So along x-axis, so we will consider up to radius, then afterwards, so point of observation is outside the sphere, along y-axis electric field. So electric field strength value goes on increases from that center of the sphere to the surface here. From the center of the sphere to the surface, electric field strength value goes on increases. Why? Because electric field strength is directly proportional to r here. So in case of that inside the sphere, so if you consider that point of observation outside the sphere, its value is goes on decreases. So look at here, from the center to the surface, E is directly proportional to r. From the surface to the outside, E is inversely proportional to r square. So from this value I got that nature of graph for electric field versus distance in case of a non-conducting solid sphere here. But what about in case of that a hollow sphere? So in case of that hollow sphere, inside there is no electric field. So inside there is no electric field means from that center to here, so there is no value of electric field strength. Electric field strength value is goes on decreases from that surface to the outside here. So E is inversely proportional to r square in case of a conducting sheet, and in case of a conducting sphere, and in case of a solid sphere. So this is non-conducting solid sphere here. So hope you understand till now. So next class we'll look at some numericals related to Gauss law and